bag. Looking online, two things, maybe three things struck me. First is that the majority of bags you saw reviewed, not just they just concentrate quite rightly on the quality of the bag. So I'm not really going to go through that. I'm very happy with the quality of the Grey Nicolls bag, the Legend one. What I was after really was something that I knew would carry my stuff, would carry it comfortably. Hello Ollie. And would enable me to keep the items separated how I like to separate them. So we have a fair few animals in the house. Go on Holly, off you go, good go. So firstly, most of the bags were packed, and by that I mean they really were just showing how much stuff you could get in, and we obviously, as cricketers, still have an awful lot of stuff. But most of it I think was just sort of showing how you could get it in, and at the same time it showed us sort of that typical cricketer's disregard for the quality of their clothing. Yeah, that's why most would take the field quite crumpled. They were just rammed in terms of wherever there was an available space. And for me, I mean a little bit obsessive about this thing, and they were packed without that much thought. And by that I mean that we spend more time practicing our cricket than we do playing our cricket. So in terms of what we need access to most frequently, there are certain items that we need that I prefer to have access to. So when I'm packing the bag, and therefore when I was choosing which bag I wanted to have, I wanted to make sure that I could actually compartmentalise based on my own usage, so that I wasn't really just having to take everything out to get to that one item that was at the bottom. Maybe not for everybody, but for those that like a little bit of order in their life, maybe it's an age thing, you may find this relatively useful. So the first thing is that on the reverse side of the bag, there's the area for the bats. There are some little sleeves inside here where these bats go in. The bats are good, they don't protrude over the rim, so that there's no stretching in there. There is room for 3 bats, I only have 2. So I actually also put in this little sort of emergency kit that I have with a grip replacer, some tape, a toe shield for the Grey Nicolls bats, and some replacement grips. That goes down in there as well. Slide that down to the bottom, and at the same time the little thing I use for throwing, so I'm not a very good bowler, that goes in there as well. The advantage of this is, doing this first in particular, is that it creates a little bit of a spine to the bag. So we've now got a bit of structure, it's helping keep the bag in shape. So that's there, right? The second area, which is ventilated, is probably designed for shoes more than anything else. But I tend to use it. This has some practice balls, indoor and outdoor practice balls. Shower bag, that goes in the back there, bottom there as well. Contact lenses, bandages, elastoplasts, sanitizer, rather optimistically sun cream, that goes in that bag there, and my towel. So that's all in the bottom of the bag. Pack that there first, pack that in the bottom. What it does is it creates a nice base. So between that nice solid base and the bats at the back, I've actually got quite a nice little area, right? In this area here you'll see I've actually got a little pocket here for jewellery. That just goes in there, so that's obviously, you know, as and when we take watches off or not, depending how we play, that goes into there. Next up are my clothes. So I'm going to put in this side here, I'm going to put sort of the socks. Got some various skins and the such like. Again, you fold those up so they're relatively neat and tidy. They can go in there. Doesn't stick out too much. Nice, relatively nicely folded, and I know where they are. On this side here, similar process. Put some trousers, sweater and top can go in there. And again, the bag's starting to take shape. This area here, I'm actually going to leave this. I'm just going to put my floppy hat in there to show that give you an indication of the size of it. But that's the area that I leave really for any items of clothing that I need to put in after a game if they're sweaty and I want to keep them separate. Shoes, spiked and rubbers. they tend to go in there as well at the bottom, again to create a base. They're pulling up, they're stacking up now against the base that I've created here. So they're there. I've then got my thigh pad. That can go in here, again fits in quite nicely. And then the pads. I've got the pads in here. And there I have the majority of stuff that I'm going to need in the right place. So I'll zip this round here. Feature of the grey Nicolls bag here is that this zip goes all the way around, comes round the top here, comes round the back here. There's a double zip to join it. And once that's in place, you can actually just secure that a little bit better with a clip there. Maybe you can hear Maury in the background. It's getting time for his afternoon treat. So we've got this area now in the top. Yep, so I'll just lift this up a little bit here. Hopefully you can still see this. So we've got an area in the top which is absolutely perfect for helmet, gloves and box. Bring this round, again double zip, and there you have it. To me that's not too bulky. Got the spine at the back with the pads in, the bats in there. Nicely got here, you can feel that there's a bit of space in there, there's a bit of movement for everything. And I know where everything is. Hope you enjoyed that.